Uber and Lyft drivers. Are drunk riders worth the money? Is the reward greater than the risk? Oh, we're going to talk about this. So, it's a lot of drivers that drive on the weekend, okay? And they are lured with certain types of bonuses or surge pricing to the nightlife areas, right? Where there's herds of intoxicated people that's going to need Uber or Lyft as transportation home, right? Or to and from, you know what I mean? Okay, a lot of people don't like to drive while they're intoxicated, and that is the smart way to do things, right? But as an Uber or a Lyft driver, is it actually worth the money? Is it more headache than funds? Look, I'm just going to be honest with you. From my personal experience, hell no. There isn't enough money that they can pay me that will allow me, that will entice me to drive intoxicated riders. No, sir, boss. Now, let me explain to you the reason why. I've drove in the nightlife on both platforms for years. Okay? The reason why I say that the risk is greater than the reward is because when you are a driver, you're picking up as an Uber or Lyft driver, and you're driving in the nightlife sections of the city that you're driving in, man, you're dealing with uh, intoxicated people. You put yourself at a greater risk as a driver for low reward. The only people that's really making money is Uber and Lyft. As a Uber Lyft driver driving the nightlife, you are putting yourself in harm's way because you're going to get a bunch of complaints. Your car will be destroyed because a lot of these intoxicated riders will throw up in your car. They will pee. Some of them probably will shit on themselves. You understand what I'm saying? They will go to sleep, and it will be hard for you to wake them up. Some of them may get violent and verbal abusive towards the drivers. You just put yourself at a greater risk. And the reason why I say the risk is so high versus the minimum reward that they're offering you, it's not worth it. There's too much headache and stress that comes behind driving in the nightlife. Now, you have travel destinations that Uber and Lyft drivers are driving in. You have bigger cities where there's a huge nightlife throughout that city that the drivers are driving in. So the demand for intoxicated riders is greater. There's going to be a lot more bonuses, and the surge pricing may last a longer time, depending on the hours that the nightlife is active in your city and area, right? So you got a lot of drivers gonna be like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna get out there and make this money. Just have bags, throw up bags. Just yeah, man, I know how to deal with them. I'm a professional doing that, right? Um, that's good for you, right? But there's 100 more drivers that's really not making any money during the week because the demand for riders in that area is low. So they're trying to make the week of driving make sense. So they are lured by surge pricing and different types of bonuses to these nightlife areas. And then when they see how the behavior of these intoxicated people, and they go through some of the things that drivers go through, driving people from the nightlife that's intoxicated. It's overwhelming. I got a little story I want to share. Okay. While driving on the Lyft platform, I was lured by surge pricing and bonuses to the nightlife area of one of the counties that I drove in. And I picked up, I got to the location. There was a guy, there was a guy and a lady. Picked them up. They get in the car. They was really intoxicated. They were back there kissing. She was, they reeked of alcohol. She kept saying, "Oh, I think I drank too much. My stomach is hurting." You know, and she said it multiple times. I noticed that he had went to sleep. She was laying in his lap. I said, "Ma'am, do you need me to pull over? Um, if you need to throw up anything, do you need me to pull over?" She said, "No, my stomach's just hurting. I think I had one too many drinks. But I'm okay." This, that, and the third, right? Okay. She kept saying, "Oh, my stomach is hurting." I said, "Ma'am, I can pull over right now. Okay. Do you?" And I gave her a throw up bag. I said, "Here's a throw up bag." And I said, "I can pull over right now." Now, I understand she's inebriated. Intoxicated, right? So I'm trying to get her and the young man to the address as best I can without speeding and putting their lives and my life in danger. I get halfway to where they lived, and all of a sudden she started throwing up all over the back seat, all over the guy. The windows were saturated in throw up. I pulled over and I got out the car and I opened the back door. And I said, "Ma'am, please get out. Come on, get out of the car and finish throwing up." Mm-mm. She laid there and she just continues to throw up all over the seats, the back, the back of the front seat. I just stood there and she just laid there. She's crying, she's throwing up. So I was like, "Oh my God, Jesus Christ." That stuff stinks so bad. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it looked like. It looked like oatmeal. It was just all over everywhere. The guy still asleep, didn't wake up. She laying in the bed. I said, "Ma'am, do you want me to call the ambulance?" "No, just please get me home. I'm so sorry." I'm saying to myself, "You done throwed up in my car. You done throwed up in the car, and you tell me some." So I get back in the car, roll all the windows down. I get them to the house. When I pulled up to the address that they were going to, she was on his lap, sleep. And I did everything I could to wake them up for every bit of 20 minutes. Couldn't get them to wake up. Throw up all over everywhere. My stomach is so weak. I just got out the car and only thing I knew I could do was call the police. So I called the police. Now, it took the police an additional 20 to 25 minutes to get to me. I'm standing in front of their residence or the residence they was going to. Don't know what to do. Just thinking about all of the throw up that's in the back seat of the car. Just doing, because I'm out there to make money. I'm frustrated. I'm overwhelmed. Here come two police cars, right? So the police gets to them, try to wake them up, blah, 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 blah. Do you know if they took any drugs? I said, "Ma'am, sir, all I do is pick them up. What they did wherever they was before I got to them, I don't know anything about. When they got in the vehicle, the guy went to sleep and she started complaining about her stomach hurting. And I asked her on 2 occasions, and I gave her a throw up bag, which is right there. She still throwed up anyway. Okay? And I drove them here thinking that she would wake up and they would get out so I can go clean the vehicle. So I said, I don't know anything about what they did. Okay, so the police officer was like, oh, we probably have to call the ambulance because they're not getting up. So he tried to move the guy. He tried to move her. They would not wake up. They called the EMS. At that point, I had been there for over 45 minutes when the fire trucks pulled up. The fire trucks did something in some kind of way. They got her up. Then they got the guy up. And then she gets up, and before she could get out of the car, she throws up again in the car on top of the throw up that was already in the car. The guy gets out the car. Oh my God, what has happened? Oh, Jesus Christ. Honey, come on, you started. Oh, listen, he's crying, she's crying. They get them out the car. So I asked the police officer, I said, man, can you please give me a report? He said, sure, I'll give you a report. So he wrote me a report that I called to get them out of the car. Now, I had a dash camera that was running the whole time, right? So he gave me a report, okay? And that they were inebriated, that they were so intoxicated I had to contact him. He also wrote down the damage that was caused by the trip, right, on the report, okay, the throw up and stuff like that. He gives me the report. I go straight. Now I had a car wash subscription, so I goes to the car wash. That car wash was closed. Those car washes closed at a certain time, so I couldn't go to where I go to clean my car several times a day when I'm driving during the week. So I went to a 24-hour car wash. Now this is called that. It cost, and I had disinfectants and rags and all types of stuff in the trunk of the car, and in a box in a tote closed up for incidents like this. So it took me 30 minutes to clean. At this point, I have been out of commission of driving. Now, at this point, it was almost 2 o'clock in the morning. When I picked them up, it was around 12:30, something like this. So I'm there cleaning the car, trying to sanitize the seats and all that stuff like that, trying to get the smell out of the car, using disinfectants and deodorants and stuff like that. Get the back seat clean, the windows wiped down, all that stuff. So it's probably roughly 2:30 at this point. I was so overwhelmed because that trip only paid me $11. But I'm moving too fast. Let me explain to you. When I got to the car wash, I took pictures of all of the throw up before I started cleaning. Okay? So you new drivers, you please remember this. Don't clean nothing up until you take pictures of the damage. So I took pictures of the damage, right? And then I commenced to cleaning it. After I cleaned and got the car where it needed to be at, the seats were wet. So it was 2:30. I was like, man, I'm out. I'll just go ahead and call it a night. $11 that trip paid me. I contacted customer service at Lyft and submitted a picture of the police report. I submitted the dash cam footage. And I submitted the photos, okay, of the damages. I told them how much money and time this trip cost me. I woke up the next morning. I went home. I woke up the next morning. And I saw that I had an email I had 2 emails from Lyft. First one I opened up, stated that they had reimbursed me $45 for a cleaning fee. So I was like, wow, fucking kidding me. $45. Now, I goes to the other email, open it up. Now, this is probably 11 o'clock, going into 12 the next day when I'm opening up these emails. I got another email stating that my account has been suspended and will be suspended up until 7 days while they investigate a stolen phone. So I say, dude, what? A stolen phone? Now, mind you, I'm already distraught. I'm already disgusted by what I had to deal with these two people, right? $11 trip that cost me 2 hours of my time, $30 of my money to clean up, and all types of stress and humiliation go along with it, right? I got an email stating that my account is on hold as they investigate accusations that a phone was stolen from the car. I contacted them through the email and I explained to them, I said, you people have the audacity to not only chastise my character, but insult my intelligence on top of the humiliation that I have endured by that trip that carried me through all of the struggles that it carried me through. Now you have suspended my account because I'm accused of stealing a cell phone. Oh, yes, this is the complaint we got. Well, did you see them with a phone? I'm telling them, ma'am, I picked them up. What they had wasn't in the back seat when I cleaned. Okay? Whatever they had, I did not see it when they got in the car. Okay? All I saw was throw up and two drunk people that would not get up. My account stayed suspended for 6 days before they reinstated my account. And when they reinstated my account, you know what they told me? They said, if this happens again, you will be removed from the platform. Yeah. So I was disgusted. And that was just one of the bad experiences that I had experienced driving during the nightlife, being lured by these surge prices and bonuses to the area of my city in the nightlife. Okay? This is just one. Okay? And this one right here was enough for me to say, I'm done. No more nightlife driving for me. No more babysitting drunk riders. None of that. There's no amount of money that Uber or Lyft can pay me that's going to lure me to drive intoxicated riders. Not going to happen. You understand? It's just something that I cannot do because the risk is way greater than the reward. What you're going to feel is walked all over as a driver. Now, it's going to be a lot of you drivers out there that's going to say, oh, well, I haven't had any issues like that as of now. You've been fortunate. Oh, but don't worry. If you keep driving in the nightlife, oh, you will experience it. And then you're going to see exactly what I'm saying. See, I'm not talking to you from something I was told. I'm not wasting camera time or just blabbing off a bunch of gibberish just for content. I'm speaking from an experienced driver's perspective. Everything that I'm telling you all in all of my videos here on Rideshare Real Talk is from firsthand experience. So what I'm telling you people is, if driving the nightlife in your city, the area of your city, benefits you more than the risk, then, you know, you have to do what you have to do. But my overall message on this topic is that the risk is way higher than any minimal reward. Hey, I wanted to leave this video about the nightlife. This is Rideshare Real Talk. Take time to subscribe, like, and share. Man, this helps the channel grow. And if someone didn't tell you that they love you today, Rideshare Real Talk loves you.